Hi there, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and this is a Mercedes-Benz 2010 GL550 with the AMG wide package on it. It's a 5.5 liter V8 engine with the four-wheel drive, and this would be Mercedes-Benz's S-Class SUV, kind of. It is their biggest and most luxurious of all the SUVs that they sell. This one was bought from auction for export over to Germany, which is a little bit interesting because, you know, Mercedes-Benz is a German vehicle, but I'm not sure how many of these that they got there, nor the market for them there, because these were made in the USA, and I bet that the US is the biggest market for these worldwide. Okay, so this is going to be a post-purchase inspection. This one's in Japan at the moment. It's going to be sent over as soon as this report is done. This is a left-hand drive, even though Japan drives on the right. Now, a lot of people have questions about that. A lot of German cars, especially higher-end German cars, are going to be available in both left or right-hand drive. And some of the highest-end ones, like, for example, Porsche, the 911 GT2, GT3, etc., they're only available in left-hand drive here in Japan. The Japanese cars, we get that question a lot too. Almost never available in left-hand drive in Japan. Nobody here wants something like that. The reason why you would want something like a German car available in left-hand drive here in Japan is because it's more like the original country, whereas if it's a Japanese car, you wouldn't get that. So here's the auction inspection sheet, and I'm going to go ahead and translate this for you real quick. Now, it's going to be a quick translation because there aren't very many things to talk about. It's a 2010 Mercedes-Benz GL550 AMG wide packet, or wide version, pardon me, 5.5 liter, auction rated 4 with an interior grade B, and I'd say that that's fairly accurate. The sales points here are purchase from user, aftermarket HDD navigation and TV, rear camera, and toll collection box. It has 75,114 kilometers. It looks like it's in very good condition for the mileage, and I believe that it has been stored indoors and that it has not been smoked in. Notes here from the seller are owner's manual, spare key. It says it's imported. That might be why. I was a little bit curious why this one has the gauges in Fahrenheit here for your climate control. Very interesting. This must be an imported one. Let's see what it says here. This vehicle, all right. Well, it says it was made in Alabama, but there is no NHTSA sticker, so I'm not entirely sure where this one came from, to be honest. Usually you would get a sticker in here that would say this vehicle complies with USA requirements. Let's have a quick look on the other side. It does have a 17-digit number that starts with not the usual WDB that most Mercedes-Benz start with, because this one wasn't made in Germany like most of them. And of course, Japan doesn't have a Mercedes-Benz factory in it. Anyways, yeah, so the seller here says it was an imported model. It says automatic something when you go. I'm sorry, I can't read that. Anyway, AMG wide fenders, AMG 21-inch wheels. I believe those were both original for the AMG wide version. So I guess these over fenders that are on it are like an AMG item that wasn't on the regular version of the GL. And then the same thing goes to the 21-inch wheels, which 3 of them are in good condition and the right rear is in poor condition. And the tires on them are 2018. Yeah. And they're High Fly brand, which I believe is kind of a cheaper tire. Okay, so the auction report says seats are wrinkled. It says something I actually can't read. Oh, hood has rock chips, wheels scratched, various scratches and dents, and probably, well, 2 things. One, the windshield here has a crack in it, and you see this line here? That's to show you how large the crack is. I'll show you that in a second. Nothing mentioned here, and this is something we'll want to look into. It says A1 is a small scratch. There's actually a really big dent on the back, and while it's possible that an auction can miss something like that, I'm not entirely sure because it is a pretty big damage, and we'll want to check with the delivery company to make sure. You can see underneath there, there's an aluminum guard panel that has been pushed up, which includes some damage like a kink here, and some of this trim piece is coming off. So there is that. The rest of it, there are a few places of scratches. For example, this And this, there was an A2, which is a medium scratch on the side here, right there, and there's another one. Where is it? Right here. Okay, it's pretty deep. It's not going to be able to be buffed out, but there aren't very many areas of that A2 I just showed you there. Everything else is fairly minor. So let's do a walk around now so you can see it from all different angles. It's a 3-row, so you have comfortable seats in the front, very comfortable seats in the middle, and then kids seats in the back. It has a really cool feature where you can fold the rear seats at the push of a button instead of doing it with your hands, because if you're paying this much for a car, then you don't want to do any manual labor. In fact, if you're paying this much for a car, maybe you haven't ever done any manual labor. And that's not to say the price from the auction. Mercedes-Benz here in Japan fall in value really quickly because it's kind of like the culture here. If you have a Mercedes-Benz that's 10 years old, it kind of looks like you're trying too hard. It looks like you're wearing the clothes that was in style 3 years ago after everyone that's, everyone that would normally wear the in-style clothes has stopped wearing it. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the damage too. We got headlights are faded at the top there. This is on both of them. I'm not sure if this is the original grille. It might have like AMG parts or something. Usually the AMG packages would have different front bumpers and stuff. The crack on the windshield. So the crack starts here and goes down, and it goes all the way to the edge of the windshield. This is the type of crack you can't repair, and it needs to be replaced. You can actually see the hit mark right here of where the rock hit, and then it cracked from there. Now if you don't replace it, that crack is going to grow as the body kind of twists itself when it goes over bumps. Air suspension on it, and it is height adjustable air suspension too. And so right now it's set in the regular mode, and then it can go up probably 5 centimeters or so. Not a significant amount, but if the threat is that you're going to run over something, it would be considered fairly significant. The edge of this door is the only door that has some damage, and you can see some chips and things. There used to be something added on here, it looks like. And then both of the rear over fenders, the leading edge here has taken a bit of road debris damage. After 10 years of driving and 75,000 kilometers, I'd say that sort of thing should be considered pretty common. Okay, as a whole, it's a big vehicle with not very many areas of damage on it. It has a sunroof in the back and in the front. Okay, so let's have a look at the interior now. Very big doors make it easy for getting in and getting out of. Of course, power windows, folding mirrors. Okay, door cards. The wood inside here is awesome. It's like a matte finish kind of wood. It has a very nice look and touch to it. It doesn't have a glossy veneer look like a lot of the wood does, but it looks like it's fairly sturdy and it won't have like a peeling issue. A lot of like older wood. Here, have a look. When we open this up, because you can see the same wood, right? You can see how thick that wood is there. And it looks kind of craftsmanship, like instead of mass-produced, I guess. I'm pretty sure it still is mass-produced, but it looks that way, and that's good. Cup holders, also multi-size. They have these, that's very cool. Ashtray here. Don't see signs of it having been smoked in. Alright, let me just pop out for a bit. Steering wheel, half wood and leather. Okay, scuff plates. The passenger side one is dented a little bit. Seats, very low amount of wrinkles for the age. We don't put an awful lot of Mercedes-Benz videos onto the YouTube channel, but I have shot probably hundreds of Mercedes-Benz, and a lot of them use very similar styling and materials inside. Seats often get wrinkled a lot more than this. Okay, see the leather around the TV there? That's a set that replaces the original one. Okay, AC works, sunroof works, all electronics work as far as I have seen. A wide high ace. If you don't know, those come in 2 different widths, and the wide ones are quite a bit more expensive than the regular ones. So you don't see them that often. Okay, so rear, big doors, easy to get into. And nobody ever comes on this road except for when I'm shooting videos. I'm going over to the other side. Right, so TVs on here, 2 of them. They have their own input things, and it looks like it's hard mounted in there. That appears to be the original. Okay, your own headphone jack too, that's very cool. Your own AC zone in here. Plus front seats, heated and cooled front seats. Okay, decent amount of space. I believe that these can maybe move forward and back, but this for a standard size adult male would be an appropriate position, I believe. Okay, now to get into the rear, you have to do manual labor, I'm sorry. So you pull this. As far as I know, there is no way that you can flip the seat in any more configurations in order to have better access to the back. And that's why I say that the back is your kid section, kid-friendly section. And right now the seats are folded down. Actually, let me show you how much trunk space that you have while the seats are folded down, and then fold them up. Okay. So it's all carpeted in here. And maybe longer than a Land Cruiser, but narrower as well. And then to flip up the seats, you got this one here. Press the button, and you can either do this up or down. And then there are double buttons of these on the B pillar over there, so that you can do it from inside that door too, if you wanted. Still have a decent amount of space in the back there. And this is a 150 watt AC and cigarette lighter adapter on this side, and kind of storage down here, but it has a spare tire, and it's a Space Saver 165/90 19, a Space Saver 19-inch wheel. Oh, I'm sorry. Push the button. Yeah, so to get to the rear seats, you have to climb over this, and that's pretty annoying. Now, luckily, not a lot of people use these back seats. They're often only used by kids, and if your kid is going to complain, then they can walk. It's not too bad, and then the amount of space that you get in here, it's doable. Usually a third row is more cramped than this. Okay, your own sunroof here. And this here is the same type of mechanism as the window shades of a 5 Series or an S-Class before they went motorized. They seem like if you use them too much, the roll here is going to get bunchy. Right? Yeah. If it were my car, I would tell my guests not to use it very often. I'm looking at this. This is for like your dog net. There's another one up there, but I don't actually see that item in the car. So usually what that would be is another roll style thing that's attached to the back of the seats. You flip the seats down, and then you can attach a dog net to that. AC vents up here and up there, so each person gets their own ones. That's kind of cool. And yeah, heated seats in the middle row as well. Very cool. Now, to get out, I guess I don't want to put my feet onto this, right? I knelt on the way in, so I guess it's feet out and Geronimo, which is a little bit weird because when you sit on the base of this seat over here, it pulls it up a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I wish that these would do another roll up, but it is what it is. Okay, I don't think there's anything in here to show. The seat's in good condition. I quite like these. I mean, you can't put as much stuff here, but I like grabbing onto stuff. Okay, we're at 15 minutes. That's too long for these. 12 minutes is about as long as you can get somebody's attention for. Anyway, there you go. GL550. It's interesting to have that in our archive, I guess you could call it, of different videos that we have on the internet, because this is our first time shooting one of these. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.